Hey, this is Brett the Hitman Hart, the best there is, best there was, and the best there ever will be. And you're listening to the Smacked Raw podcast.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Smacked Raw podcast Throwback edition, covering the Throwback SmackDown edition. We're your hosts, Kyle Tyson, RN, and joining us, the ever popular TC Fontaine from Young Kings Wrestling. What's going on, you guys?
Gotta play it. Let's go.
The fuck was that?
The motherfucking green ring.
You never heard of the Dragon Zord flute?
I missed. I wasn't even looking at the call, man.
As I have hijacked it over the last 9 months or so, it's the sovereign soundboard of the Young Kings Wrestling podcast. That's how we introduce our guests. That's how we introduce interview subjects. That's how we just introduce anything. I spam the hell out of it. I love it.
That's my shit.
Power Rangers guy.
That's the best part about y'all show, for real.
High key, I think so too.
It's
I would say so too. Like I would agree. Like over us is actually being host. I think that's probably the best thing about it.
I feel like a dick. I just outed myself that I don't watch.
I know. I wasn't gonna say nothing, but
hey, listen, don't feel bad. I don't watch any podcasts, like, at all.
That's fair.
Hell, I barely even watch mine.
I watch everyone else's. I probably never watch ours.
Yeah,
I'll play ours, but I've never really watched. I hate the sound of my own voice.
Well, I don't go back and watch my own. I tune in live for everyone, like your guys' shows,
Right?
like to support y'all in the chat.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, this is off to a fantastic start. Listen, you guys, if you're new to the show, we're a wrestling recap podcast. We stream live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here on twitch.tv/putting you over, covering Raw, NXT, AEW Dynamite, and SmackDown. If you ever miss a live stream, we're on YouTube. You can check that out. We're actually moving up, man. We're getting some subs lately. Why don't you guys join in the party? Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share it with your friends. Hop in the comments section. I always try to interact with you guys. I'd love to see some comments that aren't fucking porn bots. It'd be nice. It'd be nice once in a while not to have a porn bot and actually be a legitimate person saying, "Hey, I like your content." And then lastly, if you're not into watching the video version, we're on audio just about everywhere you can find it. And then lastly, recap your news over at WrestlingNewsWorld.com, man. Subscribe to those guys. They work hard. They're very talented. They're gracious. They let us be the official recap podcast on their website. Yeah, go check them out, man. But enough of that stuff. You guys, listen, I'm just going to get this off my chest. I'm very, very pissed off. All right. I just want to get this out there. Get it out of the way. Okay. WWE, between the short-sightedness of planning things out, the right hand not telling the left hand what's going on, I was deceived, man. All of WWE's official social media platforms led us to believe we were getting a vintage episode of SmackDown, from the music, the graphics, the set. They teased us all fucking week long. We didn't get that. We got an episode of SmackDown, which was a throwback to the golden era, between the graphics, the fonts, the music, the transitions, the outfits. But the only thing that was throwback for SmackDown was we got a virtual fist. Well, I'll take it, whatever. And every now and then we got like a clip of an old SmackDown episode, you know, and then that was it. So there was very little throwback about SmackDown itself, and it was more or less just throwback to some weird golden age bullshit of WWE. Now,
to be fair, they never said what they were gonna do
because they didn't fucking know.
I mean,
Right?
Yeah, it was if I'm not mistaken, I think it was like some sort of retro theme going on at Fox this week, so WWE is just a part of it.
It is. Even the NASCAR shit.
I don't think a lot of people who criticize the things that the company does, I don't think a lot of people realize a lot of this stuff is pushed on the network.
Right.
Because they're the ones paying them billions of dollars.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Fox had a retro
that too sometimes. Like
Yeah,
They do.
I watch FS1 every morning with Nick Wright and them and everything, and so like they've been pushing all that shit. Like even the
That's
NASCAR
unfortunate
race,
to hear.
I like that shit. Sorry, I like what I like. But even the NASCAR shit is like they're gonna have throwback uniforms and shit. They've been showing like some of the older drivers like their throwback pictures and stuff. The thing that threw me off is like, when did SmackDown ever have that like old school ass like gold writing from like main event or some shit like
that? That's where the
Never,
confusion
because it
came
debuted
from.
in 1999. That's why.
that's what I was about to say. Like, it never had that shit. Like, that's the part that was throwing me off. Like, what version of SmackDown did I miss where they had this? I never stopped watching wrestling.
Yeah, and that's what I said was it. WWE's official social media led us to believe we were going to get the Attitude Era, possibly Ruthless Aggression version of SmackDown, when it was not that it was a throwback to an old SmackDown. It was SmackDown was a throwback to old WWE.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, with all that being said, it was a fantastic episode. Like, it was a really good episode of SmackDown.
Yeah,
that's honestly all that matters.
I mean, and to me, like, they always shit the bed on these throwback episodes. Like, that's why I wasn't expecting shit from it. Like, like I said, they always find some way to fuck up their own stuff that they have tapes where you can go back and watch and make it look like that and make it feel like that, but they just don't. Like I said, with that gold writing and the nameplates and shit for everybody, like, that was never SmackDown. That was like some old like NBC main event shit on Saturday. Like that, right. That's what threw me off.
Golden age. That's what it is. The golden era, whatever.
Hey, Colin, the denim shirt.
Ico Pro commercials and
the Ico Pro. Yeah. Remember when, you know, SmackDown was advertising Surge energy drinks followed up by Ico Pro? Remember? Because they were definitely products of the same era.
Oh yeah.
No. I'll give a compliment this. I will compliment this. They easily could have tried to call in a bunch of old timers that didn't want to be there, and they either A, they got turned down, or B, they showed actual restraint and they gave us Teddy Long, which I will never complain about WWE giving us Teddy Long.
No.
That man's a national treasure.
I think they showed restraint because none of them old motherfuckers, they always come back for that paycheck. Why would they not? And to get on TV and get that little bit of burn from back when they was wrestling and shit. Like, I think they actually really did show restraint, and they just brought back Teddy, which is all you need for a throwback SmackDown. You need the fucking fist and Teddy Long, and there's your throwback fucking SmackDown. Boom. That's it.
What do you guys in the live chat think of the throwback logo that I got going on there? That's the OG SmackDown logo. Damn.
I'm about to go look at it.
Our Twitch chat's pretty damn active tonight, man. Hey, everybody. What's going on? Bama's in here. Jay's in here.
So I'm a draw.
Boston. Reek.
Yeah, I guess so. We'll give you that.
No Name Fantasy Football, man. Thank you guys for joining us for this recap. TC. TC. What did you think of the episode? What were some highlights for you? What was some lowlights for you?
Highlights. Jimmy Uso is back finally.
Fucking cheers, man.
Listen, the contrast between Jimmy Uso and his twin brother, I love it. It's simple storytelling. Yeah. So stay on that right path. Other highlights, Bailey. I enjoy Bailey just running folks down, running down legends. You know, and it was another way, kind of, you know, we talk about them bringing back legends for this throwback night. They didn't need to bring back Alundra Blaze or you know, Jackie, Ivory. They didn't have to bring back none of those guys, but women, excuse me. But to mention them in passing in a way for Bailey to put her own self over, it was perfect. And the segment did what it needed to do. Yeah. We know Bailey is not going to win at WrestleMania Backlash.
Hell no.
You know, another conversation. I don't know what they're going to.
Shout out to
I don't know
Bailey,
what they're going to do with her after
like
she
my,
loses.
Girlfriend from high school, man.
It was throwback night. She dressed like it was the 90s. That was perfect,
man.
I seen people talking shit about her hair, but it was just like that's kind of, it was throwback night. So
people just didn't get it. They didn't get the concept.
What about you, RN, man? Anything piss you off? Anything worth a rant tonight?
No, I'm the opposite with the Uso shit. Like, I'm glad he's back, but like, we've had conversations about this before. Like, I didn't want them to bring. I knew this is what they were gonna do. Have Roman have to break him and shit to get him back in the fold. Like, I wanted him just come in and seamlessly just get down to it and get them back to the tag titles, all that shit, but under the bloodline and under the tribal chief. Because like I said, the thing that this is missing with me is that how is this man the tribal chief and he ain't got no Indians? He ain't got nothing with him. It's just him, Jay and Paul. Like he needs some lieutenants, some capos. He needs some fucking cannon fodder for this to me, like, to make sense. Like, how is one man keeping his thumb on this entire roster? Well, two men technically. Like, it doesn't. That's the part about it that it never connected with me. But other than that, this was a fire ass show.
Yeah, WWE. I'm gonna speak directly to you, man. Please show some restraint. Do not give us a left-hand man T-shirt for Jimmy Uso. For the love of God.
Wouldn't even make sense.
Jay's got the right hand man
shirt.
Shit
they would do, but it just wouldn't make sense.
Jay's got the right hand.
That's why they would do it, because it's WWE.
It's WWE. Please don't give us the left hand man T-shirt.
I'm knocking on wood right now.
Listen, the last time I called a T-shirt, it took less than 2 weeks.
Yeah, it wasn't even 2 weeks.
No, it was 1 week. It was the very next week that T-shirt came out. The smash 'em, stack 'em, and pin 'em.
For sure.
Yeah, I called that shit. Oh man. Oh, Reek, you read my mind. Jimmy got jumped in. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, actually. All right, let's run the show down. We usually do this in chronological order. We'll go ahead and kick it off. We started the evening. We had the 80s retro graphics sound. We did not get like a throwback intro. We did get the CG Fist. Once again, I mean, take what you can get, folks. Right. I seen the condition of the fist. It really wasn't TV ready. Like the last time we actually saw footage of the fist, the shit was pretty dinged up. So I as much as I believed it was going to be there, but it really, it's got some damage to it.
I didn't expect the fist. I thought we were going to get like the circles like they showed on the first replay with Triple H and Rock, because that's the most cost-effective one, the one that you could throw together in a week.
Considering all it was a what do you call it, like a projection screen. It's just a sheet. That's all it was, is a sheet. Sorry, my computer's messing up.
Let's bring back the pre-pandemic stages. I really enjoyed that one.
There you go. Yeah, bring back fans, man. Yeah, we got clips through the night. I don't think we have to go over every clip, but we did get a bunch of vintage clips from SmackDown. HBK, assisting Triple H to beat The Rock. I think that was on the debut episode. Yeah, Austin, Booker T fighting in the grocery store. Probably the best like offset segment to ever take place. Jackass. Yeah.
Right.
Do you guys recall any other segments that they threw it back to? I'm sure they did.
They did the Kurt Angle, John Cena.
The open invitational.
John Cena riding off of Vince in the lowrider.
Yeah, that's the only ones I remember, honestly.
Big Show and Brock breaking the ring. They showed
man. The first time.
Edge winning the tag team championships with his unnamed partner on the 4th of July in 2002.
4th of July, son of a bitch, WWE. Oh man. Yeah. Then we kicked it off with Roman, Paul Heyman, Jey Uso. They come out. Paul Heyman. Oh man. The 10 bell salute with Paul Heyman just doing the ding. That was, God damn it, dude. This is so good.
He's such a cocksucker, but it's amazing. Fucking amazing.
Paul, it's like, you know, when you hear people say like, I'm not like the next HBK. I'm myself. Like, as much I would love to compare Paul Heyman to Bobby Heenan. He's just because of how enjoyable of a heel he is. Like, he's just so enjoyable as a fucking prick, man.
How can we compare him? Like, because
Paul Heyman's Paul Heyman.
But my thing is like, he's on the level as Bobby Heenan.
Yeah,
to me, he may be better.
Yeah,
I'll stand on that fucking edge and shout that. I'll stick my claim into that. Like, Heyman is a fucking goat. He never gets it. Definitely with WWE, he never gets the credit because they really hate him, but they know he's a fucking genius and they need him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But like, to me, he is the best heel manager whatever, stable person, whatever you want to say. I think he is the best.
I agree with you. I was going to see if TC was going to jump in there. I didn't want to interrupt.
Oh, no, I agree. I agree 100%.
Yeah. Roman says that we sent Daniel Bryan packing. We replaced him. Turns out we replaced him with the returning Jimmy Uso. Fantastic. In the ring, Jimmy is hugging everybody. Happy to be back. We're all happy to see him again. Cesaro comes out essentially just to say there's no replacing Daniel Bryan because he's like, I don't have any more time for you, which I thought was weird. Like, why come out, man? He gets jumped by Seth Rollins. Teddy Long comes out, says Adam Pearce has given him authority tonight. He creates a one-on-one match between Seth and Cesaro. Says if Cesaro wins, he gets a world title shot. That match kicks off the evening. And really wasn't much of a match, though, really, was it? It was pretty short.
It was a showcase match for Cesaro. We all knew he was going to win as soon as it came out.
It wasn't a match last month.
Right. I'm going to say it. I know I've said it in the chat. Like, Seth Rollins is probably my favorite wrestler in WWE, male. Shane is my number one regardless, but just everything about how they repackaged them with the Messiah shit, like even to the Easter egg suits and shit and the leather suits and all that, like all of it, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it makes you not want to like him. And that, to me, that's what I like. Like, and he's just fucking like, and then in the ring, like, honestly, maybe besides Cesaro, who's better than him in the fucking ring? And even Cesaro's not better, but on his level.
It's hard to say.
It is. On any given day, there's only a small handful of WWE guys that you could call upon for like a 5-star match.
Right.
You know, and Seth's down almost any day to deliver one of those. Like I said, the match is short. Mid-match, Jimmy tries to help Seth. Seth tells him not to. Seth tosses Cesaro into the ring. Seth is knocked off. Or no, excuse me. Jimmy taps on Seth to, confront him about him talking shit. He gets shoved down. The ref is distracted. Jay gets knocked down. The ref is distracted. Jimmy hits the super kick to Seth. This allows Cesaro to hit the neutralizer and pick up the victory.
That transition to the neutralizer, don't skip over that. That fucking like loop-de-loop round shit, like spin shit, whatever the hell he did to transition into that shit was fire, yo.
So if you think about like when Kurt Angle and a couple other amateur wrestlers, when a guy would be flat on his belly on the ground and Kurt Angle would put his stomach on his opponent's back and spin like a top over him, that's what Cesaro did while Seth was actually just hunched over in the air. No, that's a good call, man. It's a good call. It was a fantastic transition. Shows the technical prowess of Cesaro. Backstage, I think after the commercial, we get Seth Rollins confronts Roman. This is the most dialogue these two have shared since the split of the Shield, I want to say.
And this is what I've been waiting on.
Yeah.
What'd you say? Just go ahead.
No, I said it's been a minute, but one thing, I agree with what you said in the group chat, Orion. I don't want to see Seth turning babyface just to face Roman. It's like keep him how he is. Maybe have him, just kind of take on whoever. You don't need to change up the alignment, the entire alignment of who somebody is just for no reasons, essentially.
Well, my thing is too how you can do that. Have them cost each other matches where, you know what I'm saying, like, and then that way you involve the other people as well, the other faces, to where they have to kind of get involved in it. But like, I want to see fucking the Joker versus Lex Luthor, two supervillains just like destroying all of this shit. And everybody's collateral damage. Everybody's involved. Everybody's getting their piece of it. But at the end of the day, WrestleMania, whatever, even if it only goes to like Royal Rumble, like I want to see heel Seth versus heel Roman and may the best dickhead win. That's what I've been saying this on this show with me and Kyle for months now since Roman came back. Like, I don't want Seth to be his face. He cannot be face. He's terrible as a face. We've already been through that.
I'd like to see
heels do it.
I'd like your idea and to play on top of it. Maybe this is a little too close to home. But yeah, Seth loses, and Benzanita Roman acknowledges him, and maybe
at the end of it, I'm with that.
Yeah, maybe joins up with him, but instead of like the Shield where he's an equal, he does take the back seat. I don't know who would stop a faction of Seth, Roman, and the Usos.
That's what I'm saying. Why can't they 2-man power trip that shit? We haven't had that since Stone Cold and Triple H. The two biggest stars in your company to get teaming together, just fucking laying roughshod over everybody. Why can't we get a 2-man power trip again? Even if it's for a couple months, even if it's for just next summer, whenever it is. I want them to be heels versus. I don't want us to try this experimental Seth face shit again. It's terrible.
No, I don't think anybody wants that. I don't think the damn person that wants that. But yeah, backstage.
Absolutely not.
Backstage, Roman, Seth's pissed about everything, but Roman's pissed that Seth lost. Roman says, "I'll handle my family." Seth tells him, "You handle them or I will." Backstage, oh man, this is fantastic. Teddy and Sonya backstage. Sonya said that she's happy that she found out Long was going to be working with her tonight. Sammy comes in. He tells him about the massive conspiracy. Says that he knows Teddy's not in on it, and he wants a match for the Intercontinental title. Teddy instead says, "You will go one-on-one with the Undertaker," and I love that they just lingered on the fucking moment, man. Right. Sammy says he doesn't believe that's any better. He's retired. He says, "Fine."
Teddy didn't make no tag team matches tonight,
right?
Yeah. Says you'll get a tag team match with Apollo. Sammy once again says he wants the Intercontinental match. Him and Apollo aren't really on good terms, but they'll go on against Kevin Owens, Big E, and Shinsuke. And then as Sammy protests that it's a handicap match, it's announced that no, it's a 10-man tag. Oh, he also said the Street Profits in there too. But then he says that on the heels team we'll get Otis and Gable and King Booker. Which he was just kidding, and it ended up being Baron
that
Corbin.
Shit was fire.
Yeah, dude, I can't. And then he asks Sammy to dance with him, and all three of them do the Teddy Long dance, and it's a feel good moment, man. That was about the nostalgia I needed right there.
Right, and it's just Teddy being Teddy. Like it is what it is.
That's his thing.
Right.
And if you're gonna bring somebody back, they got to do. They got to do. Don't just have him in the background doing nothing. Monday Night Raw.
He says, I heard you can dance.
Teddy Long is literally like one of my uncles and Teddy Long are like the same fucking person. Like I've never seen them in the same room at the same time, so I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying? Teddy Long might be one of my uncles. I ain't even gonna lie. And his name's Terry. We might be his second family or something on the side. I don't know.
I feel like Teddy Long could be almost anybody's uncle, to be honest.
True. Facts. Big facts.
All right. Let me see. I lost my place in my notes. I'm sorry, you guys. Here we go. Once again, the Usos show up. Roman tells Jimmy, "You've been here 1 hour. I put the spotlight on you, and you screwed it up. You had a lot of time off to get this right, and you miss. Now I have to clean your mess." Dude, this was one of the most fire retorts I've heard in a long time, man. Jimmy says, "First off, you're not going to talk to me like you're talking to Jay. And secondly, I'm not your bitch, or I'm nobody's bitch," and walks off on Roman. Oh, man, it's been a minute since we had anybody talk to Roman like that. And Jimmy proves that, both of them are equally charismatic. So.
Oh, well, for a long time, we thought he was the charismatic one and not Jay. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, like he always was the one that talked for him and the one that had the most swag and shit. I mean, badass wife, you know what I'm saying? Like he always was the one that was out front. Like I said, the only thing I had with this, like we knew this was coming when he came back, just because off his personality and who he is. Like I expected this to be how this goes. Like I said, I just don't want this to be a long ass drawn out thing. Like give it a couple weeks, maybe even to the next pay-per-view, not this pay-per-view coming up, the next one until he fucking bends the knee. Like they need to be together. He needs more soldiers in this tribe. Like they have to be they have to be the bloodline. We've never got a heel bloodline. We need it now.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. Really quick, just want to take a moment. If you guys like the show, please support us on patreon.com/SmackedRawPodcast. We have a bevy of reward tiers there where you can earn yourself some stickers, t-shirts, and even a chance to be on UWO, where you get to record yourself giving your unpopular wrestling opinion, and myself and our guests will debate over it. The next episode of UWO will be on the 2-year anniversary of Smacked Raw Podcast, taking place next Thursday. What is that, the 13th, RN? Yes.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, the 13th. We're gonna have a lot of fun. It's the first all Smack Raw podcast episode of UWO. Following the show, we have a ton of fun announcements to make regarding the future of the show and a couple surprises. So please tune in and consider supporting us on Patreon.com.
Do it, man. It's cheap.
Yeah, I really am cheap, dude. Go ahead. All right. So I think, what was this? We got Ruby Riott versus Carmella after this. I was in the process of picking my kids up. I had it actually on my phone at the time. Anything happen in here? I think I just saw that Carmella won.
It was a filler match.
Special.
Nothing special at all.
But they're jockeying for position.
Carmella's Jordans were fired. That's about it.
Yeah.
Why she still wrestling in Jordans? I thought she upgraded. I thought she was a new.
Yeah, I thought she switched her character. Like,
I think she's slowly trying to go back because,
yeah,
if I remember correctly, Carmella was quoted saying that she wanted more for herself than essentially. I mean, now that Eva Maria's back, what's going to be the difference in character between Carmella and Eva Marie?
There isn't one.
Yeah, so I think Carmella will be kind of allowed to go back to the Staten Island princess here soon.
Her gear was different. It wasn't as, like, I don't want to say sexy and sound like a dick, but like it wasn't as sexy as it has been before. And she brought back, like we said, she brought back the Jordans.
Yeah.
The only thing she kept was dancing, the silhouette of her dancing. Everything else was back to the normal.
You can keep that shit. That's awesome, man. You can keep that. I like that. Bama Dave in the chat says, do you guys not have any intrigue? I don't know. That's a weird way to put it. Do we have any intrigue to see Jay versus Jimmy for a little bit? Like all the classic tag team brother feuds, Matt and Jeff, Rick Steiner and Scott Steiner.
Because you were the one for it.
Don't overdo it.
Yeah.
Right.
The only tag team that I would struggle to see wrestle each other, like, would be over on AEW, would be the Young Bucks. They're just, I don't know. There's just a weird thing about them where I couldn't picture them feuding. But almost anybody else, I can picture at least a short-term feud.
Right. And like I said, even though I'm not for it, like, I wouldn't mind seeing them go at it for a little bit to kind of play it out, stretch out this entire bloodline feud. I mean, storyline or whatever. So, like, but yeah, I don't want this to be no, like, 3 pay-per-view type shit. You know what I'm saying?
No. You remember when
another thing?
Oh, go ahead.
I got a theory too, because if we were talking about the 2-man power trip, that could be a way to get the Usos just back together down the line, away from Roman Reigns to do their own thing.
Yeah,
let Roman just transition with, do his thing with Seth. That's a route that could go.
That is a route. That's a dope ass route too, for real.
Yeah.
I prefer that over, the Usos joining up with Roman. I don't want to force that story if it's not there.
Why can't we get both, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah. Also,
why can't we get both?
Do you guys remember when Seth and Dean teamed up the last time before right before the final Shield reunion, where they just Dean couldn't trust, like they just was like this tension, like this distrust,
right? Yeah.
And before they imploded and then fought it out and then teamed back up. I feel like you do the same thing, but as heels, I don't know. I don't know how you'd play it any differently, but I just remember that was a cool way to get a team back together, is one person really trying hard to, like, let's get the band back together. And then the tension causes them to fight.
That's what I'm saying. Do that with the Usos though, not with Seth and Roman, since we've already been down that. Do that with the Usos.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought you meant doing it with
that's what I'm referring to.
Yeah, that would be dope. And especially if they fuck around and accidentally win the titles, like in a 4-way or something happens and they actually end up winning the titles, like, that's perfect.
Yeah, man. And then the tension of the two tag teams. They fight each other, implode, and then become a faction. Just fighting each other keeps getting them closer and closer. And it fits the theme of how Roman got Jay on board. It was they had to fight to get on the same page. I don't know. I might be overthinking this shit. Bayley's celebration of SmackDown Women Champions. Bayley comes out looking like I said, my high school ex-girlfriend. Pays tribute to former women champions, kind of burying them in the process. Alundra Blaze, Jacqueline, and just kind of buries them all as she's going through, which is nice. I mean, that's what you do to be a heel. You bury some legends. For one, I didn't even realize Alundra Blaze was champ for like 3 years. I wasn't watching too much wrestling back then, but that stat kind of impressed me.
Well, yeah, I mean, we were young as shit then. I didn't realize that either. Like, I knew she was the champ. I didn't realize it was that fucking long.
Yeah.
Wasn't nothing else to do with it anyway, so.
Yeah. But, anyways, after running down a bunch of other legends like Lita, Trish, Ivory, Beth, Molly, and she finally comes up to Bianca, says if she's not careful, she'll end up like others. She's not on my level, and I'm only looking out for her. I see insecurity, which is just like, dude, that's the last thing that Bianca portrays is insecurity.
Right.
I love
Other than when
delusional
Sasha
heel.
slapped her. That was fucking weird. That didn't fit her character. She should have just laid Sasha out. But anyways, Bianca comes out during all of this. Bianca says that she has the wrong take. She needs to worry about herself. Dude, what's with this fucking Bayley obnoxious laugh? Like, who backstage thought was like, oh, you know what? That is fantastic for weekly television.
The same people that signs off on all that lame ass shit. Like,
Hey, does it make you dislike Bayley a little bit more?
It makes me dislike SmackDown. Hearing that shit.
It should make you dislike Bayley, and I think that's the point of it.
Well, the first time was good. Like, I get it. The first time was the joke was Bayley complimented Bianca, said a whole bunch of complimentary things, and then laughed obnoxiously, implying she didn't mean a word she said.
right.
Now she just laughs obnoxiously.
Clearly somebody fucking liked it. Like, it doesn't bother me. Like, it is just, it goes along with her character and this that lame ass like ding dong shit. Like, it kind of is what it is. Like, I mean, because to be honest, like, what does she do really that's heelish? Like, that laugh is pretty much it. Like, she still talks shit. Like, she doesn't really do anything that makes you hate her besides that fucking laugh. So,
No,
like, she got to do what she got to do. I mean, because I fucks with Bayley. I love her.
Yeah. No, I've become such a huge fan. Dude, by the way, her screaming ding dong as like her insane amount of pyro goes off is actually pretty baller. I'm not gonna lie.
Again, like I said, what is she doing as heel? Like, she got fire ass fucking entrance, pyro out the ass. She puts on fucking 5-star bangers all the fucking time. Like, she doesn't do anything heelish except for these little annoying ass little skits and then that stupid ass fucking laugh. So I mean, she ain't got nothing but that. So
Bama says Bayley is must watch. She's completely changed my perception of her in just under a year. Incredible job.
facts.
Same.
Facts.
I don't know. I used to go in on Bayley, but she was doing
Same.
the hugger stuff. I was like, this shit's corny.
Mm-hmm.
And I was there when she debuted the whole new look and everything. And she bashed up the Bayley buddies, and I've been on the team ever since. Like, I
Facts.
like Bayley.
Facts. And that made that little girl cry and shit. Like, that's when I jumped on board. Like, I'm with this.
An old friend of the show, Colin from Ireland, actually the guy who got us the soundbite of Bret Hart. If you go to our YouTube channel, one of our most viewed videos is like a 2-minute, if that, video of Colin doing a what is it when you speak at like a funeral?
A eulogy.
He's doing a eulogy for the Bayley buddies on that YouTube page. Yeah. They end up brawling with Bayley coming out on top. There's no way Bayley's getting that belt at Backlash.
Nah.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be a banger. Like, we know it's gonna be a fucking banger. Hopefully.
Yeah, it definitely should be. In the hallway, Jimmy calls Jay a bitch. Just, oh man. I said, yeah. I was surprised. I was shocked when Jay asked him. He's like, you really think I'm a bitch? And he was like, yeah. I really do.
Yeah. Very much so.
Speak on it, bro. Speak on it. This your shit. You vouching for this. Speak on it. Let's go.
Oh, man. Says,
man, he a bitch. He
is. I mean,
it is what it is. I've been saying it for months now, and it's just more and more evident every day. Every week.
The thing I feel is like the nigga he got like Munchausen syndrome or something. Like he just got fucking abused, or what is it? Like when you fall in love with your abusers and shit, bro.
Stockholm
like,
syndrome.
Stockholm syndrome.
Yep.
This motherfucker beat the brakes off you and your brother, and now you riding for him harder than anybody and shit. Like that little bit of storytelling like there, like that's weird about it. Like
about me. It's
I like that
weird so
shit.
much.
Right. It's like battered women. Like you ran into the eye. Like it was my fault. I fell down the path.
Hey, he a grown ass man.
Right.
You ain't supposed to, and this your cousin. He only a couple years older than you. Ain't supposed to be letting your family punk you out like that.
Hell no, nigga.
You let his daddy punk you out too. That's another thing.
That's true.
Where was your daddy at too? That's why I said Jay Uso and Jimmy Uso daddy. We know who he is.
Right.
He might be on the ballot for our worst father of the year in 2021.
You talking about Rikishi?
Like, why you ain't stepped in? Like,
is his promotion? Ain't it out there where y'all at, or is that in Cali?
That's in Cali.
That's what I know. It was out
a lot of his wrestlers wrestle out here though.
That's all. I knew it was something like that. Like, cause I've been out there before. Like, I couldn't remember if it was in Vegas or if it was just a bunch of his people was there.
Yeah, his other son wrestle out here, live out here.
Yeah,
Rikishi always out here.
As the promo goes on, Jimmy says that, we're always stronger together. Or no, Jay, says that we're stronger together. Jimmy tells him, Roman might be the head of the table, but I need you. If you asked Roman, what would he say? He says, we need each other. Then he goes on to like oddly, which was like a weird shift, because he's talking about trying to pull him away from Roman. But then at the very last second, he's like, well, picture this: Roman's Universal Champion, and then with us as tag champions. Like, he goes from the beginning of the promo saying, I need to pull you away from Roman, to like, actually, you know what? Imagine if all three of us were together with gold.
That's the only thing that gave me hope.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that gave me hope.
It was just an odd transition. So I missed this part. I thought I had enough time to watch it because I was literally just walking in and grabbing my kids. Ray and Dom come out. Supposed to have a match between Ray and Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler does the corny heel, playing into juvenile, calling Dom a child and let the men talk. And then Dom tells his dad, like, look, never mind, let me face him. And I have no idea what happened. I felt like I was literally between him saying I'll take him on and me getting back in my SUV. Maybe 2 minutes had passed, and they were already on to like Tamina and Reginald.
Yeah, it was a quick ass match, like the first match. TC, my bad. Was it a roll up? I didn't see it either. I just saw
the notes.
It was devastating moving sports entertainment.
Yeah, the roll up.
I mean, was there any like type of exchange between them? Like,
it was a quick little heater. Like it didn't do much. Like it set up the tag match at Backlash. That's all they did.
Dominic's gear was fire though.
Hey, who you guys pulling for in that tag match?
Dom and Ray. Like, let's get it done. Like, they like to have these history making moments. So that's what they're gonna give us.
I mean, how do you feel about it though? Are you into it, or you think it's corny?
It's cool. Like, I would like for Dominic to be more than just, Rey Mysterio's son.
Facts.
But I don't know what they can do to separate him from that,
How about this? I got a question. I got a question for you. Say nothing tragic happens, right? And Dom can have a full career. How long do you think he can have a career for? Decade, 2 decades?
10 years, 15 years, maybe.
How long has he been in the WWE?
You could say maybe a year and a half, 2 years now, like depending on when you want to say he debuted.
wouldn't you want to get the whole
Like, he came
I'm Ray's
around
son shit
last-
out of the way in the beginning?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's why I'm cool with it.
which that's fine, but yeah, I'm cool with it now. It's just like, how long can you continue to do it, and then it gets just to a point where it's just dragging out.
And that's where I'm at with it. Like, they should have gave them the belts a long time ago. Like, I fuck with Dominic. Like, I see star potential in Dominic. I feel like he's got that sympathetic baby face on top of being Ray's son that people want to cheer with him and be down with him. His gear is fire. He's decent on the mic for his first or second year. And then, like, I feel like there's potential for him to be just as good as his dad or maybe even better because he's bigger and won't have that fucking size glass ceiling, you know what I'm saying, holding them back.
Yeah.
Like, I want them to get this done and over with, like you said, so we can move the fuck on. Like, don't drag it out.
The way he moves in the ring is like smooth as butter. I've never seen like I'm not saying like he's the most high flying guy or just there's something like of an ease of momentum he has in the ring where everything just glides. Like he's so smooth the way he moves around, man.
Isn't he like second or third generation like Orton?
Third.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because Ray is Ray Jr.
Yeah, he's third.
So what is that saying? Look at Randy. We said the same shit about Randy when he started.
Yeah, like it almost masks probably the hard work that kids had, like he's put in, because it looks effortless from him. I'm a huge fan of his in-ring style. I can't wait till they crack him open with like a 15 to 25 minute like spectacle, like one-on-one. Right. Oh man, I can't wait for whenever that happens. But I just like to always pose that question. I always like to pose that, man. I hope they win.
I hope so too, because it's like this tag team of Dolph and Rudolph, like I'm over it at this point. Like, it was cool when it first started, but
I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying I'm over it. It was cool when it first started. For some reason, Bobby Roode came back to the after the pandemic, and they were back together still. I'm like, why? And it's been like 4 or 5 months now.
I fuck with it. And like, I fuck with it because they're the only real tag team in that motherfucker. The only tag team that has any sort of longevity that's been tagging together and not just thrown together because of the draft or something. Like, these dudes been together for like 3 years.
I'll admit something.
Tonight, got the Usos. We're good.
I was just going to say tonight, man. Tonight was like the only night where I was like, damn, the Dirty Dogs really fit the theme.
Right.
Like they just naturally feel kind of like
I'll give you that
throwback.
I'll give you that.
It's those fucking denim jackets, those big ass like salt and pepper 1980 big ass like leather jackets and shit they be wearing.
Yeah.
Bobby Roode looks like Rick Rude, so
he does.
That's another thing too.
Man, you need the mustache. You need that mustache back. Also, now, I don't know like why I'm thinking about it now. I feel like Dolph was wearing like a throwback shirt. I really feel like everybody tonight should have been wearing throwback gear. Like some
shout out to the blue ref shirts. We have not brought that up yet. Shout out to the blue ref, ruthless aggression era referee shirts.
The blue polos.
Yeah, keep those.
Shout out to the WWE shop Michael Cole denim. That's the fucking fire as shit.
With the original WWE.
Yeah, with the original WWE. Like,
dude, he just needed that soul patch. He needed that black soul patch.
He did. And his backwards Kango hat every now and then looking like a little Triple H mini or some shit. That shit was fire.
I remember Michael Cole used to wear the muscle shirts at commentary. Yeah. There's no logo on the shirt, nothing. He just swole as hell at commentary.
Muscle shirts and the denim, bro. That's vintage Michael Cole.
God, I remember when him and Coach Jonathan Coachman were just backstage interviewers, man. They should have had Michael Cole doing backstage interviews. God damn it. It's a missed opportunity.
No.
Or Coachman.
No. They should have had the number one SmackDown announcer, Funaki, do at least one segment.
He's a Japanese commentator too. You could have got him. He's on the roster. He's on the roster. Shit. We missed SmackDown. You missed one.
They definitely did. And the worst part is I've met him before. He speaks pretty good English. That shit is a character.
Yeah. You know that Taka Michinoku's still doing it in New Japan? and the guy looks like he hasn't aged a fucking day.
He still looks like he's 15 years old.
Jesus Christ. Like, it's insane, man. That guy's got to be pushing like mid-50s. What happened to
Tajiri? But Tajiri like aged a little bit.
Tajiri aged. Yeah, he aged. I miss Tajiri and William Regal, man. Miss those guys.
Fire.
Oh God. Where we at? Tamina, I guess they showed her Talking Smack recap. I missed that. Reginald is quickly interviewed before his match with Tamina. So so this is where I really kind of hate that I know like the backstage ongoings of WWE in the news, because WWE is technically not allowed to do intergender matches because of their deal with Mattel. One of the deals with Mattel putting out their action figures is they want no violence between men and women. So anytime that we see like there's an intergender match, the man is never going to throw a single strike at the female. Like, and you just know it. And it ruins it for me. Because that's what happened in this match. Reggie just did a couple backflips and cartwheels until Tamina was able to hit him with a super kick. And then Nia and Shayna just came in and just ruined everything. But it sucks, man, because you can't. There's technically, that's why Dean Ambrose and Nia Jax, that shit got advertised. They wanted to bury John Moxley before he left. Yeah, but Mattel spoke up and was like, "Yo, you can't do it. Like, even if it's at a house show, you're not doing it." And it sucks, man. You know how that shit sparked off? You know what, like, kicked that shit off?
No.
It was a combination of two things, but mainly the Al Snow action figure, which featured the mannequin head. But a lot of parents interpreted that as a decapitated woman's head. So it was between that action figure and then when Stone Cold viciously like murdered Lita with a chair in that 2-man power trip beatdown of the Hardy Boys. Like Mattel said, yeah, that's a wrap. No more violence.
And stop Randy Orton from doing what he did.
Facts.
Yeah, I don't know how they do that though. I don't know how they slip that shit in.
Randy Orton has assaulted a variety of women over the course of his career.
Yeah. No, it's weird. You do get that.
My thing is like, what you gonna do with Reginald once you get him away from the women and like you get his ass with? Like nobody's gonna take him serious. He's getting beat up by women for 6 months now.
I'm trying to think. Do you pull an Andy Kaufman? Do you let him start going for the women's title?
Please no.
You can't get a match out of it.
Let's not do that shit.
You can't get a match out of it anyway. There's no point in doing that shit.
Yeah.
Send his ass to 205 Live and call it a day. Put him with Isaiah Swerve Scott's crew. You know, you got to put all the black people together all the time. So just put him with them.
They got to put, they really do segregate. Fucking still to this day, they segregate like crazy. It was egregious whenever you had, what was it? Selena Vega, Andrade, and Angel Garza, and they were mixed up with Dominic and Ray. And it was like, okay, so all the Latinos are only allowed to feud with the Latinos. Yeah, it was fucking terrible for a minute there. What was up after that shit? Roman beckons his cousin, Apollo and his team. So my internet here went out for a good little bit. Apollo, apparently some other people I saw online were saying that the promo they was like better than anything we've gotten for Survivor Series in a while. Do you guys recall?
It was a very Survivor Series-esque promo. They did, all the teams,
right?
Only 2 teams. All the participants from each team is, doing a spot. Very, very retro, very classy. It was cool.
It was cool. Like it was cool. It was cooler than any fucking reason it had to be.
Yeah.
And Apollo like completely shading out fucking Sami Zayn. That was probably the best part about all of it.
But during the match, shout out to Pat McAfee, my guy, his culture out here, gave us an Uha reference.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that.
And that's all this is. Like if people don't know, like this is just his character he was on the Indies, pretty much. Yeah. Like it's almost exactly the same thing besides the gear and shit. Like he had his own stable and all that and everything. Like it's almost exactly what he did on the Indies. And WWE is so fucking colorblind and have such tunnel vision that nobody probably even knows that they thought this was just something new they came up with. Like, nah, he did this for like 5 years on the Indies.
It's that bubble. A lot of wrestling fans, they live in their own bubble. And I think,
Right.
you know, there needs to be more acceptance of that. I think, you know, if you're going to be in your own bubble, accept that you're in your own bubble.
Right.
But don't, you know, don't be out here just being, you know, delusional just because you in your own bubble. You think, you know, shit outside of it is not how it is for real.
Right. I told him that when he first started doing this because Kyle was kind of on the fence about his accent. I was like, he did this already. Like this ain't new. Like
that's
this
his native accent.
Literally.
The dude's
a
linguist. Something like he can perform accents very well then, because his American accent is flawless. It is deceiving to anybody that's not familiar with his Nigerian accent.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it, and I think like the more he's getting comfortable with doing it, the better. Like you said, like this promo today sounded good. It sounded better than what he's done before because, like I said, as you get more comfortable actually using the accent, like it's getting better. Because like it wasn't like a thing when he was on the Indies. Like people just accepted it, like because it's first of all it's the Indies and characters are fucking characters. But yeah, he did this for like before he got signed to when he was with Wild Nation. It's what he did. It's almost exactly the same.
Well, there you go. Do you guys recall anything from the match? Because I really did not see like jack in this. Like I barely saw anything out of this.
I don't remember half of it. I'm not even.
I'm not gonna lie to you either. I listened to it. I watched it.
Well, I saw Corbin ended up pinning Shinsuke.
It sounded fun though.
With the end of days. From what I gather, like the little bits I did see, it was pretty chaotic, and then I really only saw the finish. Corbin picked up the win, gave Shinsuke
shout out to
the
Corbin
end of days.
Shout out to Corbin for being able to do that fucking finisher to anybody. Doesn't matter what size they are, he can pull
and
that shit.
Shinsuke had like no momentum. Like Shinsuke just went from standing like almost prone into it.
Literally, he pulled him in like they're gonna do like a rip with like a what is it, the clothesline or whatever. You pull him in and clothesline him. He just pulled him in just like that and fucking did it. Like, and Shinsuke ain't small, so like shout out to Corbin out of nowhere to hit that motherfucker.
Yeah, and I remember all those people that thought Shinsuke was getting a push after that gauntlet match. I tried to tell you, man. That was just because, who was it that we weren't sure was re-signing? Cesaro. It was actually Cesaro. Yeah, Cesaro hadn't re-signed, and so they gave Shinsuke that gauntlet match spot, and then once Cesaro re-signed, that was it.
Why you gotta be a dick and bring that up?
Hey, sorry, man.
Hey,
why you gotta bring that up?
Hey, at least we got his old theme music back out of it.
That's fire.
That's true.
Positive.
That is true. All right, so Roman's in the ring. Says this is not how I envision the night. It's simple. I bring your brother back. During this promo, Jimmy interrupts him again. Jimmy, once again, this feels like a tug of war. Jimmy trying to pull Jay. Roman trying to just keep the attention on himself, saying all you had to do was acknowledge me. Jimmy brings up the fact that, look, you choked me out to make Jay quit. And then he shows the clip. Afterwards, he says, guess what? I never would have quit. He's like, I would have let you murder my brother, apparently. But, yeah. However, after some back and forth, Roman's telling him you're still stuck in the past and shit. Just some, bickering. A lot of the by the book stuff. Roman's saying, fall in line, acknowledge me. Jimmy just says, you know what? You guys can have this shit. He walks off. As he's walking off, Jay comes out, confronts him on the ramp. In the ring, Roman's by himself. Cesaro jumps him. Jay initially goes to save Roman. Jimmy tries to stop him. Jay ends up going in there. He gets laid out by Cesaro as well. Roman eats the neutralizer. Jimmy finally, after conflicting with his feelings, he goes in to save his brother, notably not Roman. He eats some uppercuts too. Cesaro ends up leaving, and all of Roman's tribe is laid out by one man, which is fan-fucking-tastic. Cesaro just laid out the tribal chief and his henchmen, essentially, man.
He gonna die.
He's gonna be fucking murdered.
They're gonna fucking annihilate. I keep forgetting too.
It's unfortunate, but
it's unfortunate. He dead.
He looks so.
Y'all want to see a dead body? Y'all want to see a dead body?
So intense. You know. So I'm gonna put it out there. I do want to put it out there. As much as I love Cesaro, you know what I mean, and we all want to just fucking just push this guy to the moon. I do got to address. Guy's pretty ass on the microphone still to this day.
Terrible on the fucking mic. The one thing that's
still really bad, man. And granted, he's been given bad writing, but I don't want to blame just the writers. Like it does. It's so fucking weird. I don't know.
And for a dude that speaks 6 languages,
it's true. You know that might be what hurts him, though. That really, honestly, might be what hurts him. I'm not sure exactly how to articulate that, like why that would be the case. But maybe he's good at every language, so he's not great at any of them. You know?
Possibility right there.
Yeah. But that was SmackDown, man. That was SmackDown once again. It was fucking solid. Well, we only have one more week until WrestleMania Backlash, right?
Right.
Yep.
What do you guys? Any early predictions on the show? Let me see here before we end the show, because we're about an hour in. So yeah, we can wrap it up here in a second. Any matches you guys are looking forward to?
At Backlash?
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to, and I'm probably the only one here. I'm looking forward to the triple threat because I want to see if they piss me off and take that title off of the almighty WWE champion. Let's not do that.
No, I'm with you. Like, don't take the fucking belt off. Like, I'm going to be so fucking pissed if they do. And it's not even so much that I love Bobby Lashley, because I do, but I love Drew more. But like, give him a fucking chance. Like, they never give us a chance. They'll slap the title on us. They'll make it look like it's going to be something. And the first fucking chance they get, they do whatever they can to get it off of them. A la Kofi, Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
And I'm also afraid of, because like I'm pretty sure Braun Strowman is not going to win. So that leaves the only other option is Drew.
Right.
And I feel like they're going to throw the belt back on Drew, and that's going to fuck Drew over with the fans, because now the fans going to be tired of him. He's just going to be in a bad position. So they can avoid all that, but just keeping it on Bobby. You know, getting Drew out of that title scene, having him do something else.
I want to go against my gut, because my gut is kind of with you, but I really want to believe that they're going to keep it on Bobby. They're going to keep it on Bobby, with him pinning Braun, and Drew somehow will still get taken out of that shit. Just don't know what you would do with him afterwards with Sheamus wrapped up, because Sheamus is like the best feud for Drew McIntyre right now. Like, Sheamus really is, man. Those guys have chemistry for days. But they ruined that shit with, what was it, Fastlane?
Yeah.
With them having such an incredible match at Fastlane. Which, by the way, if you haven't seen the backstage stuff with Sheamus, dude, you have to go back and watch it, man. Sheamus is the fucking man. Like, he really is. God damn it, Sheamus is just, he deserves a lot more. Even, and I'm saying that with him as United States champion and being booked strong as fuck.
We need fucking Keith Lee back is what we need.
Yeah, that's true too. That is very true.
Hell is going on with that.
Right.
You guys know what match I'm looking forward to?
Speak it.
I'm not going to lie. Tamina and Natalya taking on Shayna and Nia Jax. Yo, I am like scratching and clawing.
I just want this shit to be over.
Seeing Tamina with a fucking belt, man. I'm going to cry, bro. I'm going to cry when that woman wins a belt, because I feel for her, man. Over 10 years in the business, never given your due. That's a real moment. Regardless how big it is on a card, that's a real moment for a human being. Right. Fuck you for yawning. Okay.
I know. I'm not yawning at Tamina. You know.
I fucking hate Natty.
Just now.
I hate Natty, but they do Shane and them so fucking dirty. I want them to be done with this. Yeah. And just get the fucking belts off of them.
Oh,
like,
I'm tired of it, man. It's I don't know how long it's been. It's just been way too long. It should have only been maybe a 2-month thing.
Well, my thing is like they treat them like they're not the champions, bro. They treat them like they fucking piss Vince off and they're paying eating their fucking shit for pissing Vince off, but they're the fucking champs.
Yeah, wait,
like they win at every pay-per-view.
Like
they lose at every show, win at every fucking pay-per-view. Like that makes no fucking sense. None.
Wouldn't that be the ultimate punishment? Like, listen, our way we're gonna punish you is we're gonna make you guys destroy your division's championship titles. We're gonna punish you and make you the reason why these SmackDown Women's Tag Team, or no, just these Tag Team Women's Championships have no meaning to them.
Literally, and that's what's happening.
Yeah. All right, man. Guys, man, it was fun. It was a fun show. TC, are you gonna go record with Smacking It Raw tonight?
I don't know yet. We'll see. I know Matt, doesn't like to send the Zoom links until right before going on. So I will see here momentarily, and I'll give him about 30 minutes or so.
Okay,
possibly. I don't know if he's watching. If he's watching, let me know.
Nah, if he watches, he's usually active in the chat.
That's true.
Bama and Katie have been kind of carrying the last half hour in the chat, and Boss Hog Boston too. But yeah, you guys, listen, thank you so much for joining us once again. Tune in next week, Thursday. Follow us on Twitter at SmackDrawPod. Once we figure out where we're going to be streaming our live 2-year anniversary show, we will let you know via Twitter. But make sure you guys be looking there to check us out. It's going to be a fun show, man. I can't stress how excited I am for it. If you want more content tonight that's live, I am going to be going live on my personal Twitch channel following this, twitch.tv/The Kai Tai Show. I'm going to be streaming the new Resident Evil Village. I'm kind of a pussy, though, so don't be surprised if that stream gets shut down in the first half hour. But I'm definitely going to try my best to play that. Check out Young Kings Wrestling, man. Where can they find you, TC?
Man, hit us up on Twitter at YK Wrestling. YKWrestling.com. All the links to our shows are available there. Links to all our social media, YouTube. Subscribe to us on YouTube. We need more. And I need to get to work because I'm trying to be real heavy in some stuff next weekend. Big wrestling weekend out here in Vegas next weekend. So if you're in Las Vegas, come check out some of the wrestling coming on next weekend. The 14th through the 16th. So we got a AJ Gray. I don't know if you know AJ Gray, Effie, popping up at Versus Pro Wrestling on the 16th of May. I believe it may be live streamed. Big super card we got going on. It should be fun. I think Game Changer Wrestling got some stuff and some other stuff local promotions got going on out here. So if anybody in the stream is in Las Vegas or plans to be here next weekend, come check out some of this good wrestling we got going on.
Awesome, man. Yeah, check them out. Once again, that's YK Wrestling, Young Kings Wrestling. You guys have to support. You guys got one of the most badass Black Lives Matters t-shirts on the market right now, too. You guys have got to check it out. It's fantastic. Buy the shirt. Show your support. RN, man, what's going on with me and Jelly Bean before we head out?
Actually, Adam's bitch ass just got here. Hopefully, we're going to get some new content jumping out for you guys. We haven't recorded anything in a while. He's been sitting on a bunch of our fucking music and videos that he's been fucking bullshitting on. So hopefully we'll have some new content. Definitely gonna get some shit pumping out. We got to get some new songs out. We'll figure it out.
Where can they find Mean Jelly Bean Productions at?
Mean Jelly Bean Productions on YouTube. Mean Jelly Bean Memes on Facebook. Got my government on Facebook, so y'all niggas can't have that. But check us out definitely on YouTube. We got a couple things that's close to 1 million views, so fuck with us for sure.
Hell yeah, man. All right, you guys. Thank you once again. And yeah, make sure to tune in my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/The Kai Tai Show in 15 minutes after we go off the air. But once again, like always, you guys, until next time, y'all have a good one.
Peace out, y'all. About to kiss my pants.